All praise is due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres Anime review. I just finished watching this season 2, episode 4 of Frieren. And family, I don't know. I see that there are people that exist that dislike Frieren. I don't understand them. I don't. And then so I'm watching this episode, and we gonna break it down, but shortly, the first half of the episode is simply Stark and Fern's date, right? And I'm thinking, just that half of the episode it stands on its own. That could have been a whole episode. I would have enjoyed it. The second half of the episode, the exact same thing. Could have been a standalone episode. I would have enjoyed that too. So this was a top tier episode for me. And really, like, we just are simply on a journey. Okay, let's get into it. First half of the episode, family, is Fern and Stark's date. Okay. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, here was the drama. Stark was failing this date. Oh my gosh. At first, Fern walked up, right? We saw her taking extra attention for her bangs. She switched up the fit. She's wearing kitten heels, right? She definitely, right, put effort behind this. And at first, I'm thinking Stark is tripping because he did not compliment how she looked. And at first I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, I would have complimented. But the way Fern responded, I was like, okay, like he understands, you know, the type of woman that he's dealing with, right? The type of girl that he's on a date with, right? But after that was about it. That was the only win that Stark had until the very end of the date, right? He was failing the date. They stopped by a jewelry stand. And Fern was like, oh, wow, this piece is so nice. And it's a discount for couples. And Stark's like, yeah, but none of them are magic pieces. Like, let's just move on. And to add insult to injury in that instance, the very next couple walked up behind them to the same booth, picked up the same necklace that Fern was peeping. And they got it. Right? What else did Stark mess up on the date on? He kept talking about Frieren, gang. And Fern, off rip, the first conversation they have really on the date is about Frieren. Fern says, hey, like, all we ever really talk about is Frieren. And you know what Stark said, family? He said, well, what else is there to talk about? Like, gang, let's talk about Fern. How about that? Let's talk about you, Stark. How about that? Why are we talking about Frieren and she not on the date? Anyhow, that's where he was failing. Then he redeemed himself, right? At the end, they find a nice quiet spot to talk. And Fern wants to address her concerns. Well, not off rip. Actually, Stark really asked her. He's like, hey, did you not really enjoy yourself today? And she expresses herself. She's like, it's not that I didn't enjoy myself. It just didn't really feel like this did. She said it felt like out of character for Stark, right? And she was like, I was really looking forward to our date today. You know, but it didn't really feel like it was genuine Stark, authentic Stark that I got today. And Stark apologizes. He says, well, you know what? I did have Frieren, like, give me a lot of advice for this. And she asked, well, why did you do that? He said, well, my intention was for you to enjoy yourself. And so that's why this was my effort. And so Fern, this is so beautiful, right? I feel like I'm watching like two of my youngins. Like, they're not siblings, obviously. Like, they're going through a youthful romantic like experience. But I feel like I view Stark as a little brother over here, and then Fern like a little sister over there, right? And I care for them both. I want to see them explore their romance, right? It's beautiful. But so Claire, makes clear, she says, okay, like, since if that was your intention and I see that you put all this effort into it, then like it wasn't the greatest, but I still enjoyed myself. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I appreciate your effort and I appreciate the time we spent together. And I thought that was a beautiful moment. And then it was a Himmel moment. Oh, we had a flashback of Himmel and Frieren's date where they were looking for the cat and they didn't find the cat, but Himmel's still happy and Frieren's confused. Why are you happy? We searched all day, didn't find the cat. He said, well, we spent time together and I enjoyed that. She was like, even if we didn't find the cat? He said, even if we didn't find the cat. Lo and behold, they find the cat right at the end, right? Okay, that's the first half of the episode. You see, family? That on its own is a great episode. I could have got 24 minutes of that. That was fire. But then they bless us with the second half. So we're slight time skip. I don't even know exactly how long, but right, the seasons changed. It's colder now. We're in a different village. And we're planning on going into Northern Plateau, which is very dangerous territory. So at first we load up on supplies and groceries and all that. And it was cool that Frieren had this luggage suitcase that it seems like Mary Poppins, like her bag, right? But then anyway, we enter the Northern Plateau. Instantly, we're surrounded by monsters. The block is hot, family, and so basically we're learning as a party that we need to work on teamwork, right? So we get through the wilderness. We come upon a village after 3 days, 3 nights, traveling through the wilderness. And this guy lets us stay and rest. And he says, hey, in exchange, we don't get adventurers a lot and it's dangerous out here. Can you help us defeat this monster? And so we agree, right? And there's a nice moment where Stark is kind of like, oh, like, do we really want, like, can't y'all just like live somewhere else? But then we're reinforced, like, hey man, like, we're here to make people's lives better, right? We're here to protect people in their home, not ship them away from it, right? And we also had a Himmel flashback that related to that. So I thought that was cool. 2 different Himmel flashbacks, one that really Fern was relating to and one that Stark was really relating to, right? We end up finding this strong creature, this powerful monster, right? Off rip, I was impressed with Stark. Am I tripping? And did I, like, I'm a day one Frieren watcher. I feel like I was sleeping on Stark this season, but he showed out, right? Long story short, we defeated, and then that's what led to the Himmelback flashback. Stark is mentioning, like, dang, this monster was really tough, like, and Frieren saying, well, that's really just the start of it. Like, it's gonna be a lot more like that. And they're doubting whether he's like, maybe we should have just traveled around. And that's when we got hit with the Himmel flashback. Hey man, like, I went on this adventure to protect my homeland. I want to make other people's homeland safer. And so that's the blessing that we're leaving behind as we journey through the Northern Plateau. Top tier episode, family. Let me know if I'm tripping, but I would have taken either one of these halves of the episodes, and I would have felt the same way. Completely different, tale of 2 different halves, both top tier. All praises due to the Most High, family. Peace and love.